Welcome to Autism in Black Live. We are rooted in advocacy, not fear, rooted in truth, not stigma. Here, we center Black autistic voices, uplift Black families, and build spaces that are affirming, unapologetic, and full of joy. Whether you are a parent, professional, or autistic adult, this is your space. Together, we break down barriers and build up community. So grab your seat at the table. We're just getting started. Happy Friday, people. I am Maria Davis Pierre, CEO and founder of Autism in Black, and welcome to our Vision to Venue series, where we give you a behind-the-scenes look at what it takes to take our vision for the 6th Annual Autism in Black Conference and bring it to the venue. And of course, I'm here with my man.
What's going on, AIB community? Yours truly, Dr. Barry Pierre, the co-founder of Autism in Black. Welcome to episode 32 of the Vision to Venue series, the
30.
countdown to the conference, April 17th to the 19th. Get your tickets. If you tapped in, tell us where you're from, where you're watching us. If you're watching a replay, let us know you're watching the replay as well, too. Make sure you type in that word conference.
Yes, typing in the word conference will send you straight to that registration page where you can get your ticket and join us here in person in West Palm Beach, Florida, or virtually from wherever you are. We have Neuro Originals tuning in from Texas, watching us.
So shout out to Texas. We've been trying to work out on our Texas advertising and marketing. So shout out to Texas.
Shout out to Texas. And if this is your first time joining us for our Vision and Venue series, this is the part where we throw it over to Dr. Barry so he can tell us how close we are to our YouTube goals.
So all right. So we first of all, if this is your first time catching this, one of our YouTube goals is to get 1,000 subscribers at the end of this Vision Venue series that's ending on April 16th. We are up to 665. So we've had 100 plus subscribers since the start of this campaign. Y'all have been absolutely amazing. So if you're on Instagram right now watching us, if you're on Facebook right now watching us, hit the link in the bio or hit the link scrolling across. In fact, I could probably in the bio as well too. Hit the link scrolling across, head over to the YouTube page, hit that subscribe button over there, hit the notification bell over there. Even if you come right back to Facebook and Instagram, we're okay. We just want to make sure we run those subscriber numbers up because Maria got way too many people following her on Instagram and Facebook not to get 1,000 folks to go over there. Right? We gotta make that happen. And if you're on the email list, in fact, now I think about it, if you're on the email list, you should already be subscribed over there too, right? We're going to send an email out to Monday and say, make sure you subscribe. Like we're going to get on y'all. Too many folks on list to not have 1,000 subscribers already.
Oh my goodness. Shout out to the Autism in Black marketer, Dr. Barry, for doing that. Neuro Original says, hit them up. They can help with the Texas marketing folks. So
all right. Hey, Maria, you better tell them.
He's really gonna hit you up. Don't threaten Dr. Barry with a good time. Yeah, so let's get into it. So if this is your first time joining us, we usually cover a topic for the entire week. This week's topic was finances and budgeting, because it's so important to understand the finances and the budget of what it takes to bring a conference to that venue that you all will be seeing April 17th through the 19th. So this week we have covered finances and budgeting. And
I was really just trying to answer the number one question we get. Why do these tickets cost what they cost? Right. So that's why we spent this whole week breaking down a lot of the costs so you can kind of understand why these tickets cost the way they cost. Right. Because it is our, I guess, premier event. Obviously, we do events throughout the year, but obviously this being one of the premier events that we do to try to get butts and seats. That's why. Just so y'all know.
Yes, our biggest event of the year, one that we plan for more than any other event. A lot goes into our annual Autism in Black conference, and that shows in what we do. And it shows up in how people keep coming back year after year to attend and are so excited to attend. So yes, there is a reason why those ticket prices are the way that they are. And it's because when you have to put out, you have to get in, because as we talked about all week, we do not want Autism in Black in the red, because we want Autism in Black to be around for a long time. So if Autism in Black goes into debt, can't be around. So with that, today's focus is our recap and Q&A. So we are going to recap all that we've talked about, and then we're going to get into that Q&A and comment portion of what people have been leaving on the pages all week. So as usual, Dr. Barry, give the recap of the week.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of going over our lives this week. Again, a lot of it was obviously answering kind of the vision question of kind of where we got to the point where we could even feel comfortable, being able to charge, right? Because I think that's one thing that from a transition standpoint, especially if you're a content creator and you're doing content, you're serving your community, sometimes there's that roadblock of like, all right, like I want to serve them, but I can't keep serving them at, the rate, AKA free, that I'm doing. Right. So I got to charge. Right. So we kind of talked about like how we got to that transition point where we felt comfortable enough to say, hey, you know what, we have an event that we're willing to charge for, because more importantly, whatever the price is right here, we knew we were going to bring value out of the sky. Right. Which, again, if you've attended any of our summits, our webinars, or any of the past conferences, you already know how to go down. So in fact, next week, we are doing a live viewing of a conference session. I think mine's or I forget whose conversation we're doing, but we're doing a live viewing conversation just so you can kind of see like, oh, all right, that's what they do. We're doing it in our school events. So definitely, if you have not had a chance to join our school community, join over there as well too. It's a little duck off community that we have on top of Facebook and Instagram and everything, but we get a little more intimate over there. So if you have not had a chance, get the school community over there. In fact, did I do one yet? I don't think I did one. I was gonna say type school, but I don't believe I did one yet. So type school anyways, and I'm gonna find you, and I'm gonna do it manually. And then by the next time I come around, when you do school, so SKOOL, school, SKOOL. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's SKOOL. Put that in the comments. I will find you. Come find you. I'll DM you and say, hey, here's the link, because I don't think it's in our Autism Black link. So we'll make sure that happens. But so again, it's really just getting that vision, and then really just kind of breaking down the cost when we just were doing it virtual, right? And then more importantly, when we stepped up and said, hey, we want to do more for our community. We want to provide more value for our community. We want to provide more value for our speakers. We wanted to do more. And then that's how we get, past couple of years doing kind of an in-person presentation and kind of seeing how that flow kind of goes around. So that was really kind of the recap of the week, because again, at the end of the day, the number one question, like, all right, why do these tickets cost what they cost? We got a whole week for you. We dedicated a whole week, so we broke it down. We didn't break down specific numbers, but kind of ballpark, like, yep, this conference costs money, the food costs money, the hotel costs money, the speakers cost money, their travel costs money, everything's just money, right? So, and then, more importantly, the value that is there, that once you leave that conference, right, April 17th, 19th, once you leave that conference, you are going to be ready to hit the ground running. You're going to be enamored, because you're going to now be in a community that is much stronger than the community that you had prior to said conference. So just exciting times as we kind of near down conference start time.
Less than 30 days out from the conference. So yeah, you can check all of our week's episodes on YouTube. They'll be all there. Neuro Original says, yep, everything costs, should be no problem paying for value. Thank you. And we like to over serve. So yes, there is that cost, but we provide way more value than what the ticket price is, because we know, that, there needs to be some sort of balance. So we always over deliver here at Autism in Black. As we've stated, there'll be conference attendees who will say day one, I've already gotten my money's worth and I still have two more days of this. What more can we do? Mm-hmm. Yes. And it's going to continue to be like that. We're going to continue to over deliver because our mission is to bridge that gap for our community. And we don't gatekeep. So you're going to leave with plenty of information. You're going to leave with community. You're going to leave with what you need. And that we stand firm on. We can stand 10 toes down on, and we can give that as a guarantee because we are consistent with that. If you've been to any Autism in Black event, you already know we are consistent. We are consistent with that. So I have no problems giving that as a guarantee because, I stand behind my business. Do you want to get into the Q&A and
yes. Let's rock our let's do the comments. Obviously, if you have questions, obviously if you're watching us live, again, make sure you tap in where you're from. If you got questions, ask your questions because we're here, right? Like, because we used to do this. We used to do this a pre-record thing, even though Fridays used to be live. But obviously with the countdown happening, I said, what, we're going live every day, right? So we are here. We are here if you got your questions.
Yes. So let's get to it. Questions that we have. One that, this is a consistent one that we get every week and that we answer. We've probably answered it. I don't know how many times, but I'm going to answer it again because this one has a little different twist to it. It says, considering the huge overlap of trans and autistic folks, very curious why you would hold this conference in a state that is completely unsafe for trans people to travel to. So this one is a question about why we hold our conference in Florida. We live here. We live in Florida. We live in Florida. It is easier as conference host to have our biggest event in the state, in the city that we live in, because it's easy for us to get to the venue. It's easy for us to go and do what we need to do. And it's, if we didn't have it in a city that we lived in, the price would definitely be a lot higher because we would have to ship everything to where we are going. When right now I can just get our U-Haul, put it in, take the stuff out of our garage and go to the venue. But having to ship all that to a different state in a different city would cost even more. So we live in Florida. We live in West Palm Beach. We live about 15 minutes or less from that venue. So that is why we have our conference here. And I also think this comment speaks to the need for understanding intersectionality, because as a Black person, what state is it safe for me to go to? At this point, right? There's always going to be some sort of apprehension, some sort of like, somebody got over in this state that was a Black person. So there is, a certain need to understand that intersectionality when it comes to also stating those things, because there's Black trans people, and where are they safe to go to besides, yes, Florida, but what other states can't they go to because they have to also worry about being Black and so intersectionality is important to understand. But at the end of the day, we live in Florida. We live in West Palm Beach. That is why we have our conference here. We're not choosing it because it is the Sunshine State with beaches and all that jazz. If I lived in Chicago, the biggest event that we hold would be in Chicago, right? Because we would live there. But we live in West Palm Beach, Florida. So that is why we have our conference here. Thank you.
Yeah, and I think it's important because obviously, again, we understand, right? We understand why you would be concerned, right? We understand why you'd be concerned for, a marginalized group. It's just that, hey, like we're also in a marginalized group, so we just kind of like it's one of those things that I tell all the time. A lot of times when you kind of live in it, right, you just kind of like have to kind of like, hey, this kind of how we go, right? It is what it is. Right. In fact, because they're already here. Right. It's not like Maria said, they're already here. It's not like we don't have Black trans folks who aren't already in the building. They're already in the state of Florida.
They're already in the state. There's actually a very large community in Fort Lauderdale. I actually know many Black trans people in the state of Florida that are actual friends. You know, and yeah, it's Florida. We understand that Florida is. We see what's on the news. We understand who our governor is. But again, we also understand who the president is and how that's operating, what's going on in many different other cities and states as well. So, I mean, at this point, what city and what state is safe, and trying to find those things and narrow it down. There's going to be a problem within each and every state when it comes to thinking about a marginalized group. So that's why it's just easier for us to have the conference in the city and state that we live in. So it's very, very simple. It's you know, very simple in that we just live here. We just happen to live in West Palm Beach, Florida. There's no kind of deep decision making in regards to that. Next question is, do you give refunds for the conference? And the answer is no. All sales are final. It's stated on our registration page because as attendees, you get lifetime access to all the recordings, whether you come in person or you're virtual. That is a part of your ticket. And with the amount of tickets that we have, trying to go in and find somebody and do a refund and all of that is too hard for our team, which consists of me, Dr. Berry, and then 3 other people. So that is a lot of work for us. So we do all sales are final. However, you can transfer your ticket to someone else up to April 1st. After that, the team is going to be in the last stretch, and that is not something we will be doing after that time. And also ticket prices go up on April 1st. So remember that as well. What other questions do we have?
No. We still got the group questions. So yes, we do accept group purchases, whether you're a school, daycare,
university, hospital staff.
Right.
Who else? We've had a lot of organizations that get group tickets. So it's there. 5 to 14 get 10% off. 15 and above get 15% off, and that works for in-person and virtual. So if you're attending as a group virtually, you can get a discount. If you're attending as a group in person, you can get that group discount as well. So,
and this is a question we kind of get as well too, kind of offshoot from the conference. We get a lot of media people who may want to interview Maria to just to kind of talk about a conference, talk about autism in Black. If you email support@autisminblack.org, that is the best way to kind of start the process. Because if you DM her,
it's highly likely I'm not going to see it. And if you know my personal email and send it to me, it's highly likely I'm going to miss that too, which is why it is easier to just email.
Send it to our assistant. All right, so the assistant will get it. So if you're media, if you have a podcast, if you got a blog, you got a YouTube page, and you want to get either me or her on your show to talk about Autism Black, to talk about the conference, let us know. Like I said, our schedules are usually open that we can kind of fit in. Sometimes you can get the both of us, right? So sometimes if you schedule it right, you can get both of us for the interview. But a lot of times it can be either or. She's a superstar, so you might just if you got to choose one, choose her. Right? It would make sense. Choose her. She the one she got 50,000 followers, right? So choose her. From that standpoint, support@autisminblack.org.
We do have a question. Your original says, will there be virtual vendors as well? This year, we did switch it up a little bit just for ease of team. So our vendors are considered in-person vendors, but all in-person vendors have virtual booths to attend to the virtual audience. So it's a in-person vendor package that lets you have access to in-person attendees and virtual attendees. I know last year we had where you could just do in-person or you could just do virtual. But this year we combined it for ease, especially since we're using a different conference hub that doesn't necessarily have all the bells and whistles that we had if somebody was just doing virtual vendors. So we wanted to make sure it was beneficial to the vendors. So we knew that we couldn't guarantee a virtual benefit, just a virtual benefit. So it's just one complete package. We only have 4 booths left. So you would be a in-person vendor, but you would also have that virtual booth to be able to have all the attendees shop. We have an amazing lineup. I have been stacking my coins because I know that I'm going to need to shop early because last year everybody was beating me to the punch, and I had to wait for people to restock and come back. So I am going to make sure that I am front and center this year because there's some great, amazing vendors that we have this year. I think one of our children is walking around in there with Dr. Berry. We have the CE question that we get. Who are the CEs for? So I am NBCC certified, and that goes for all clinicians. So licensed mental health counselors like myself, licensed social workers, licensed marriage and family therapists, and clinical psychologists. So if you are in that realm, then you are able to get the 13 CEs that we offer. However, for all other professions, we know that we do give a certificate of attendance, and a lot of times your organization that you are licensed through will take that certificate of attendance and apply it to your licensure, whether it be PDs or what do you guys, CMEs, Dr. Berry, and they can apply it. So that is not a guarantee. So for that, there is no charge. We just give you the certificate and, you can try it with your board. But for all of our clinicians, those are guaranteed 13 hours. That is a lot for one event, 13 hours that you get, and you can apply it to, because I know a lot of us are coming up on renewal, and those 13 hours will be extremely helpful. So when you go to that registration page, once you select your ticket type, there's a little button to also add that CE package there. So you are able to do that and get your 13 hours and call it a day. And you can do it virtually or in person for those. So you don't have to be in person to get those 13. You can do it virtually as well, because we'll make sure you are in attendance and watching live. What else do we have as questions, Dr. Berry? I'm trying to look through my stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking through our kind of comment FAQs now because I just want to make sure, because I know it's always something I'm like, oh, why didn't I?
It is, and then I forget, and I'm like, oh, I should have wrote it down, because usually I just take a screenshot. I don't know what else. Any other questions that we have? While we're looking at the questions, I will talk about that one comment somebody left, because we have been doing extremely well these past few Fridays of not having to talk about individuals who've been leaving their nasty racist comments. But boy, oh boy, they came back this week to leave us a little treat, and we were called a black fungus. It just really, really baffles me that people are so intimidated to have Black people gather in a space, to have those that support the Black community gather in a space, and they're so intimidated and scared by it that they just leave the nastiest, rude comments as if that is going to stop this show. And it's not, okay? Every time y'all leave a racist comment, it just makes me want to make my event bigger and blacker. And that's where I stand on that. So if Instagram act right, I would put their name on the screen, because y'all know I love to put a person's name on the screen. But because Instagram, hates on us for live streaming, it will look funny. But just know, you know who you are. And if that was your friend or somebody who left that nasty comment, just know, bigger and blacker. Every time we're coming back bigger and blacker. So yeah, that was our treat of the week. We have been doing so good. Hopefully we don't have any more for these last less than 30 days of people leaving these. I know we're about to amp up our marketing. So you never know what we're going to see.
Yeah, and it's just speaking of marketing, because we always get kind of like what's going to happen at the conference, what are going to talk about at the conference. We do have our not necessarily the schedule order, but we do have the speakers and their topic of their speech or the presentation on the conference page as well too. So there is a section where our live speakers as well as the pre-recorded sessions are there, topics are there, so you can see like, all right, are they going to be talking about something that may be beneficial for me? Boom, yes, there is, right? Like, I'm a professional, yep, something to talk about. I'm an autistic adult, yes, something to talk about. I'm a parent, yes, something to talk about, right? So we do, and that's really the goal of the conference, is to try to at least make it encompassing as it's almost like a combination of all of our summits, right? Like, if you attended a couple weeks ago, we had a Boys, Men's, and Father Summit, right? So we got a little sprinkle in here, right? Like, we got the Girls, Women, and Mother Summit that happened in October, sprinkle of it there, right? We have another summit that's coming up. You had to be at the summit. You had to be at the Boys, Men's, and Father Summit to know which summit I'm referring to. We got one coming up.
If you're in the community, they know too. So.
Oh, if you're in the community as well too, you already know. But like, boom, that's gonna, that we try to marry that into it, just so you guys can get in one gathering, get all of that goodness, right? And when you don't want all of the goodness, then we got the summits that are happening at various times throughout the year.
Yes. So we try to balance, and it is difficult trying to balance all of those things, but we've kind of gotten a hold on it. The only sessions that are not up there are me and Dr. Berry. And as you know, me and Dr. Berry are in the lab cooking up what we're talking about this year. And I think we will actually also do some pre-records this year. Usually we just stick it to live, but I think we will do some pre-records as well, because remember, now we give pre-records before the conference starts. So like around that Monday, everybody gets access to the conference platform, and they get access to those pre-records as kind of that appetizer of getting you ready for the full meal, which is April 17th to the 19th. So I think we'll drop some pre-records as well to gear everybody up for what is going to be an amazing weekend. So I would be getting those tickets, because we have an amazing lineup. We have cultivated an experience, and this year is a year you don't want to miss. I will give a little foreshadowing, because next year things are going to be different. So you're not going to know what the difference is yet, but just know it's going to be different. So this year is a year you don't want to miss. We have some amazing things in store for those of you who are attending in person. We have 5, I believe, because I haven't checked. Last time it was 5 in-person VIP tickets left.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I think we're still at the 5 in-person VIP tickets left. So if you are wanting to attend in person and have the VIP experience, with the VIP experience, you get a different bag. There's a post-conference session. You get a digital VIP package. If you're in person, you get lunch Friday and Saturday. Sunday we end early, so there's no lunch. Everybody's just getting breakfast, no matter what your ticket level is. So you get lunch Friday and Saturday. Friday, we have a pajamas and head wraps class done with Lock Inspirations. And so you get dinner with that. So there are a few key differences for our VIP and Platinum VIP attendees. We only have 5 of those tickets left. So once they're gone, they are gone. You can go ahead and get your general admission. And of course, if you're doing virtually, there is no cap on any of those ticket levels, which is only general and VIP for virtual. As if you're wanting to be a vendor, we only have 4 booths left. And once I meet with our event planner, I will get a deadline on when we're accepting those vendors, because I know there is a whole logistics that they have to get information on and know when they can set up their booths and whatnot. So probably next week or the week after, I'll let you all know the deadline for that. Ticket prices go up April 1st, and we will be doing a countdown. So
next week we'll start the countdown. That way it don't come as a surprise. It don't come as a like what happened? Like I saw it was this price. What happened? Because we're getting close. We're getting close, y'all.
We're getting close, and I'm ready, because I'm excited, but we have been working really hard, y'all. So I'm also very tired. And next week, me and Dr. Berry have a business trip planned with a little bit of business and personal, because I'm going to see New Edition, y'all. I love New Edition. It's like I don't know how many times, but we are going to be out, and I don't know if we will be doing our lives next week. We'll keep you updated. We will have one on Monday for sure.
We won't do it on travel day, but we'll be doing our lives.
And we won't be doing it on New Edition Day, okay? Because I will be priming myself, getting ready to see Bobby Brown, okay, for that. So we won't be doing it on those 2 days. But the rest, we'll see if it might just be Dr. Berry alone and solo doing those, but we'll see. But we'll definitely be back Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern, I believe. I check my calendar and make sure, but we'll let y'all know. We'll be here Monday for our live show, and then the rest of the week, we'll let you know how that's going to work. But get your tickets. We want to see you April 17th through the 19th for the 6th Annual Autism in Black Conference. This is one you don't want to miss, because for the 7th one, there will be some changes. So make sure you're coming here to West Palm Beach, April 17th through the 19th, or virtually from wherever you want to be, whichever country, whichever state that you are in, because we are going to have an amazing time. We have so much in store for all of you. So with that, anything else, Dr. Berry?
No, we're gonna see y'all Monday. Tap in. I forget. I don't know what's that. Do we say our topic? I don't remember.
I don't even think we've chosen one, because it's going to be a short week, so I don't want to choose something that is that needs a whole week. So we're going to have to get in the lab and see what it might be. A combination of some stuff we've already discussed, so we can reiterate some things for everybody. So
I like that game plan.
With that, everyone, have a great weekend. Our kids are finishing up spring break, so we are going to have a busy weekend with them. And we'll be back Monday with episode 33. I can't believe we are on episode 33. This has been a time. So with that, we'll see you all Monday around 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Enjoy your weekend and have a great Friday.
See ya.